What's up everyone, welcome back to our lawn and welcome to the final application in the cheap and easy beginner lawn care program, and welcome to November where it is very cold out here right now. So for this application, we did it a couple weeks ago, back about mid to late October. That is the Winterizer application. Now let's be very clear, the term Winterizer is just marketing. It's not specific to any actual type of fertilizer or anything. It's just something that they're marketing to you to get you to buy a fertilizer at the end of the year. But it is a universally understood phrase and something that we can talk about and define what it is. So winterizing is essentially your last fertilizer application for the year, the last opportunity to get nutrients into the soil, and providing some nitrogen into the soil and into the plant that it can use to wake up in the following spring. Now, because of the program we're on, this is again the 10-10-10 from Home Depot. It's like Twin Pines, I believe. And again, we're doing 10 pounds per thousand for 1 pound of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's maybe a little heavier than is ideal or necessary. Also, we want to be aware if you're someplace in the country that's high phosphorus, we don't want to get too carried away with phosphorus applications. However, I make an assumption that you are coming in as a beginner into a yard that hasn't been fertilized in a long time, and we need all of the macronutrients to get into the soil in some quantity. So that's why this 10-10-10 is built in the spring and in the fall. So basically now we are done for the year. Now it's just, the last couple mows. If the yard continues to grow, you can cut it again. You can get your yard ready for winter. Some things people recommend are often cut it maybe a notch shorter than you have been, a notch or two shorter, just to go into the winter without having the, since hopefully you've been mowing taller, so to not have the grass all lay over on itself and creates a better bed for disease. However, even shortcut turf can get disease over the winter. So don't get too carried away, but if you want to, that's something you can do. The other big thing, since we're done with fertilizer applications, that effort is done and gone. We want to be mowing enough to keep the leaves off the turf. We don't want to allow a thick, dense bed of leaves to sit there and compact and block out the sun and do all that stuff. We want all that to be gone so that when the spring comes, the snow melts, the turf is fully exposed, not covered by anything, can get the sun right away and wake up as quickly and effectively as possible without getting just basically crushed to death by the leaves. And that's really about it. Again, I'm trying to preach the easiest possible lawn care program here for all of you to get some success. And let's talk about the success, because when I did this program in my side yard, I wasn't certain if the mowing habits that I had, which are fairly, good by most homeowner standpoints. I'm mowing, smartly through the summer, and during the heavy growing seasons in the spring and fall, I'm mowing about 2 times a week and doing all that. So I wasn't certain if the fertilizer program had more to do with it or if the mowing habits were a critical component. So when I did this at my brother-in-law's house, we had him not change anything. So he kept the same mowing schedule, which if I had to guess is every 10 to 14 days, maybe once a week during the good times, and we never watered. And so basically what this was is it was 8 applications over, I believe, 6 months, right? 6 months? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months, 8 applications, maybe 9, between 2 weed killer applications and then a fertilizer application every month for those 7 months. So I'm gonna say over there, we put in $100 because it's a 4,000 square foot yard, $25 per 1,000 square feet. And I probably spent 4 hours over there total for the year. So basically what we've done is we've taken $100 and 4 hours over the course of a year and transform that yard from what it used to look like to what it looks like now. And this is a great time to kind of show some of the footage from over there. I am super happy with it. I do plan at some point to talk to my brother-in-law a little bit and have him on a video to kind of discuss what he's seen, what he appreciates, if he cares, what he's been noticing. Since it's his house, he's seeing it all the time. But from what I've been seeing, from the summer drought, from when it was brown and all just dormant, it has all come back. It is super thick. There's very little weed pressure, all stuff we're going to be able to deal with next year. And we can just carry on with this program. And I am super, super happy with the results that we got and the utility, if I can steal a comment from a live stream I had, the utility of the program, because it's very cheap, it's very manageable, it doesn't take a lot of your time. And for me, this is the best way to enter into lawn care without having to make a huge financial investment in terms of the equipment, time, things, fertilizer products that you need, as well as your overall time. How much of your effort are you willing to put in to have a nice yard? This is what I believe to be as good as you can get for a cool season lawn, as cheap as possible with the best chance of good results. And you can only take it and grow from there. If you want to do a soil test, if next year you want to start paying attention and watering when it needs to be watered. If you want to change and better your mowing habits, each one of those additional steps you're willing to take, you're going to have even more success. And as we do this year after year, it's only going to continue to get better. So this is a great time. If you have been somebody that's been following along to this program, first of all, thank you so much. I am very proud of this series. Personally, this is something that I believe is the best value that I'm providing to you, the viewer, in terms of getting into lawn care. But if you have been following along and you do have some before and after pictures from your yard, I would love to see those. I would love to get those from you, maybe feature them in another video to kind of follow up to this, just to see what kind of successes you all had. I know actually I was talking to a friend of mine that has been following along with the channel. They just sold their house and the realtor talked about how immaculate their yard looked. So there's one testimonial, at least from somebody that's not me. But I can say with certainty now, and hopefully we'll get some additional viewer submissions. I've done this twice now over 2 seasons. Both times been absolutely blown away with the results, with the amount of money and amount of time and effort spent. So hopefully that's helpful. Let me know with any questions you might have. Next year, my plan is to do this series all over again, but to do a much better job of defining the how, in terms of how you need to go about making all of these applications, and maybe as good or a better discussion on why as well, to just try to make this as useful to the beginners among you out there in terms of what do you need, how do you need to go about applying it, what do you need to do to make sure you're putting the right amount down. I didn't take enough time on that this year with that, but all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below any questions, comments you might have. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you found this whole series useful, if you've been enjoying following along. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.